Listen up, get ready, I'm not gonna take no more. There's a revolution, a revelation going on in my soul. Buckle up, get ready, we're not gonna sit.
Once again, all you citizens of the world, welcome back to Live from the Heartland for the week of October 10th. And we're really glad you're here, and it brings me great pleasure to bring on an old pal who he's getting older and he's been a pal for a long time. Former track coach at Loyola, at DePaul, and other places. One of our sports commentators with a bent toward the intersection of sport, politics, and society, the one and only Gordon Thomson, all the way from Newark, Delaware.
All right, Chicago and the world. Good to see you. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Good to have you back, Gordon. And one of the things that I learned about just before you and I were in communication was that the Lakefront Invitational, an event that brings in college cross-country teams from all around the country to Montrose Avenue over there near Cricket Hill. And you do the Lakefront Invitational. You started that years ago when you were coaching at Loyola with the help of Tom Cooney and Jim Canadal and Jim Montez and others. I got to do the food there, brought the grill from the Heartland Cafe. We had some good times. I wish I had known it was going on because I would have gone. But fill us in on what happened and why it's important.
Well, this year's Lakefront Invitational, which is now held at Waveland Golf Course. They've graduated off of Cricket Hill, Montrose Avenue, just too crowded, too many parking problems. And Tom Cooney, the meet director, race director, and event extraordinaire production champion, he shifted it to Waveland Golf Course, now known as Sidney Moravich Golf Course. But back in the day, I called it Waveland, and it's always going to be Waveland.
I remember running in a rainstorm on that golf course one night. It was great, one of the best runs I ever had when I was running.
Well, this year's Lakefront, it's previously only the Big Ten Championship cross country was held on that golf course. It's a beautiful golf course, so they don't want to get it ruined. But this year, teams from all over the nation competed at that Lakefront Invitational, the Sean Earl Lakefront Invitational. Sean Earl was a student athlete of mine back in the 80s and 90s that died of cancer, and really tragic. Great guy, Sean Earl. So Mark Burns, the coach that replaced me, he had the foresight to name it the Sean Earl Lakefront Invitational. Get a load of these teams that came to Chicago and right on our lakefront. Wisconsin won it. Loyola was second, but Minnesota, Louisville, Cal Poly, SLO, San Luis Obispo out in California, North Carolina, Chapel Hill, University of Toledo, Washington Huskies, all the way from Seattle, Providence College Friars, Boston College, NC State Wolfpack, perennially a cross-country strong, and Florida State Seminoles, Indiana Hoosiers, and then finishing last this year was the Santa Clara University team, so all the way out from the Bay Area of California. That's one hell of a lineup to come to little old Loyola on the lakefront. And Loyola did finish second behind Wisconsin. Wisconsin's been a powerhouse for years. But on that Loyola team, coached by Gavin Kennedy, who I coached at DePaul when I left Loyola, he was a great Irish miler for me. Gavin Kennedy has assembled one hell of a cross-country ball club. As you may or may not know, cross-country needs 5 men and women, 2 separate teams, and the lowest score wins. So first place scores 1 point, 5th place scores 5 points. So the number 2 man for Loyola, Jake Phillips, who is the son of 2 ex-athletes of mine at Loyola, Steve Phillips and Julie Keller. Both were runners for me, and who would have known that they would have had a great athlete? You know, 9 times out of 10, when 2 great athletes get together, the offspring are not great athletes, definitely not. But that 1 out of 10, that the off-screen is a good athlete or does participate in the sport, it's really cool. It's a shot in the dark, and it's so much fun when
Shot in the dark.
Parents, yeah, it was more than a shot in the dark. When parents can get together and enjoy times with their college friends, and a whole new beginning with Jake Phillips. Congratulations, Jake, and Steve and Julie. Gavin has done an unbelievable job. Gavin Kennedy. He didn't come right out of DePaul to Loyola. He was grounded his oats out at Iona College in New York, and then lastly at Wisconsin. So he's got a good coaching background before he got to Loyola. Congratulations to the Ramblers.
Gordon Thomson, that's great news about the Invitational that was just held on the formerly Waveland Golf Course. How about taking us to Tokyo now, where the track and field championships were just held? What do you got to share about that?
Hey, we have the World Track and Field Championships are in the odd years. So this year was 2025. Next year is 2026. So there'll be no World Championships. Everybody's trying to get ready for the Olympics in LA at 2028. But this year's World Championships, we've got a brand new women's sprint hotshot. And her name is Melissa Jefferson Wooten, just like the last name of same basketball coach from Purdue and UCLA, Wooten. So she won the 100, the 200, and the 4x100 relay. The dig is her time in 100 meters is 10.61. That beats a lot of men in the championship rounds. And the men have got the benefit of testosterone. Let's forget, men or women are not equal in sport. No, they're not. So women, and her running 10.61, only a few athletes have run faster. I saw Flojo in Indianapolis run that 10.49, drug enhanced. It was very obvious that she was juiced up and jacked up, muscles rippling all over her body. She was pretty good for the sport. Flojo was very dynamic and real flashy character and really very fashionable, but she was dirty. And this young lady appears on all fronts to have everything going for her. A good, fresh face, a good, beautiful smile, and quick as lightning. 110.61. Great. On the men's side, we've got a big deal. Upset on the men's 4x400 relay. Used to be dominated by the U.S. Used to be. This year, for the first year ever, Botswana won the championship. And they have proclaimed, the country of Botswana have proclaimed a national holiday to celebrate those guys winning the 4x400 championship. U.S. used to dominate because every track meet in U.S. finishes, every college meet and high school meet, the last event is the 4x400 relay. So we always get this last event, kick in here in the U.S., and it carries over into the world stage. Not this year. So other hot shots are, we did come back and win the 4x100 meter men's relay, which we've dropped the stick repeatedly in the past for past Olympics and world championships. Finally got the gold. Noah Lyles on the anchor. Good smooth sticks all the way around, or tolerable sticks. So Noah Lyles, our American hotshot, got third in the 100. He didn't win. Two Jamaicans beat him straight up. And but he won the 200 and won the 4x1. We've got new deal in the men's 5,000. Our Olympic champion in the 1,500, Cole Hawker, winning off the kick in the 1,500 at the Olympics. He didn't make our 1,500 team, so he did run the 5,000 and won it. What's up, Mike?
I was just going to say I was going to want to move along to keep us in a time frame.
Okay.
And why don't you wind that? Anything else you want to share about the championships in Tokyo?
Just the pole vault, 14th world record by Armin Duplantis, who's more American than Swedish. He represents Sweden. And his father jumped for Sweden. who would have known 20 years ago when he declared he was Swedish that it would have been a better deal than being representing the USA at this present political time.
Yeah, I saw that on TV. That was a good one. Let's, you have some affinity to the NFL, National Football League. You have a couple of nephews coaching or being administrators now. What can you tell us about the NFL's decision to bring Bad Bunny singing in Spanish to the next Super Bowl, where I think already Christy Noma said ICE will be all over it, like there'll be all these immigrants coming to pay billions of dollars to watch the Super Bowl. What can you tell us about the Super Bowl and Bad Bunny?
Do you think Roger Goodell said, who can I pick for the halftime guest to piss off Donald Trump the most? No, he didn't. They want entertainment. And Bad Bunny is good entertainment. That is good, high energy music that is super danceable. All of it's in Spanish, but so what? You don't have to know what the words are. Just follow along with the rhythm, the beat, the energy. It's fantastic. That's what they want at the Superdome halftime show is high energy, good stuff. So, hey, I think they did a great job, and it has nothing to do with politics, has everything to do with entertainment. Keep it there. Keep the orange one out of your mouth.
But politically, I thought it was a great move. Okay, so the Bears are going to be called the Cook County Bears or the Illinois Bears. I'm not sure, but I know that they are going to finance the new stadium and where that beautiful racetrack in Arlington Park used to be, the Arlington Park track. So sad. And they're going to pay for it themselves, but they still want $822 million more or less for the surrounding buildings on the property they own. I say no to that. What do you say?
Absolutely not. Get a clue, Chicago Bears. You will always be the Chicago Bears and not the Cook County Bears. Get a clue, administration, McCaskey family. We're not going to bail your ass out. Just pay for it with tickets. And then if you've got to get a loan to increase your surrounding areas, get a loan. You'll be able to pay for it eventually. Every NFL team makes billions of money. You don't need the public. We got enough problems. The public need their own money for the police, for the fire department, for all the schools. Stay out of it.
Thanks a lot, Gordon. It's always good to see you, even if it's on a Zoom.